Kia ora koutou katoa. This is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium healer, teacher of spiritual and mystical things and so much more. So for those of you who are new to what I do monthly and weekly astrological reads now. This is a weekly one, so the beginning of the 1st of June, Monday the 1st of June. So I'm creating this on Sunday the 31st of May to put out for you on the 1st of June, which is your day, Gemini. So which I haven't actually mentioned yet. So this read is for, this session is for the sign of Gemini for the month for the first week of the month of June 2020. So like I say, this is for the first week, so which is the first on Monday, which is a really interesting time, isn't it, for this with this month, because we're coming up into, or this week coming into the full moon energy on the Friday or the Saturday. With all the readings that I've been doing, it's the Saturday the 6th is a full moon, but some people with your readings, you may see it as being on the 5th, Friday the 5th of June, and that's fine. Whatever resonates with you is what it is for you. So anyway, I just want to reel back a bit into my intro. So I just want to say welcome, Gemini, to my Facebook page. That was my next line. My YouTube page. And thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I invite you to do that and encourage you to do that so you can keep up with the next lot of videos that I put up. So that could be to do with you or other inspirational readings and messages that come through from Spirit and the dragons and energies and all the angel energies that come through work with me, and may come in through for you with messages to inspire you or I was going to say challenge. Well, I'm looking at this word challenge is written over there. Or challenge you, whatever it is that you need for you to get your mojo going, or keep you in that momentum going with you in your life in whatever way you need to do it for you in your life. Okay, so anyway, so I just need to say, remind everybody that these messages that come through are general reads. So just if it does resonate with you, that's wonderful. If it doesn't, don't totally throw it out of the cot or out of the basket, because it may be because they are forecast, it may not resonate with you right now. It may be something that's coming up in the next couple of days or near the end of the week for you. For those of you, it does, and just to explain some of you that to those who don't understand that some people actually, it may be that they understand what is going on now because they've got an inkling, because something is there now, and this could be more clarification of what you might be already have an inkling about what might be coming. So that's always really interesting when that happens for me. So anyway, so once again, welcome. Crikey, it's kind of like, and also the other thing is, if you are not, if it really doesn't resonate with you, that's fine too. So I would suggest maybe checking out one of your other signs that may that resonate with your birth chart. Okay, so these are suitable for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Okay, cool. Wow, it's interesting because this is take 2 of I was trying to do it in the first take a little moment ago, and it's like, what is going on? So there may be like something that's going on. It's like take 2 again, or might be take 3 or 4, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? And it's maybe because what they're talking about is okay, because I'm hearing grounding, but it's kind of like, it's like there's a whole lot of there's different things going on in your life. So your mind's here, your mind's there, your mind's there. Okay, so that's what they mean by that. So it's kind of like bringing yourself back to you. So, and like grounding, but not fully grounding. It's a similar sort of thing. So even like just trying to explain things is like, well, that's it's a bit in the too hard basket, or it's not even so much about too hard. It's just like, oh, you know, it's finding the right words to aptly describe what you're, excuse me, wanting to put out there or wanting to say. So there may be something that is, because I've just had this like belch now, that is maybe not sitting right for some of yous in your digestive system, because it's like, well, it's not even in there, it's like in your esophagus sitting up the top here. So, and it hasn't fully digested with you. That something may be coming through. It's like, how am I going to deal with that this week? So, and that's the other thing, is like they're just keeping that as the full moon is approaching, Friday, Saturday-ish. So it's like the energy is starting to build up towards that. So there's something that's being, because they're giving you this feeling of something that's like pulling out of you or pulling you towards something, to have a look at it. So the full moon is Sagittarius. This full moon, or lunar eclipse. So it can be an energy where there is a lot of shift, of course. So there is something that I'm feeling like in here, but in here. So it could be for some of you in your thymus, in the throat chakra area, and the heart area, in between the throat and heart. So that is needing to be worked on, and you may be feeling a little bit chesty. So yeah, have a look around about clearing your throat, about expressing yourself clearly, okay? And it's interesting, expressing yourself clearly, because my throat is just cleared, and it's just like, I feel like I can clear it. It's like it's cleared, because that little bit of phlegm that was there is shifted. It's gone. So this is about expressing yourself this week. So there may be something going on where you maybe haven't made yourself clear about, or to yourself, and or to somebody else about something. So there's something about clear communication. So whether it's verbally, you know, physically, not so much fisticuffs, but, you know, where they're going. Yeah, not so much like in a negative way, or in a way that's, you know, out of force, reaction. But, you know, some of you might have done it that way before, and there may be a change. But anyway, I'm not going there. But it's like, but it may be, it's like when they say physically, but it could also, okay, so it could be, some of you might have gone there in the past, or you might feel like going there, but so suggesting not. Or it could be like communication in the actions that you take, as in a bunch of flowers or something like that, and not settling for something, or settling something, but not in a different way that maybe that you wouldn't normally do that. So that's really interesting when they brought in the fisticuffs. So for some of you, there may be like an incident where it may really anger you or frustrate you, that you may want to go there with the fisticuff side of sort of things, why that has come up. So it's like because this full moon energy is coming up, it's like pulling stuff out of us. So you maybe things might come up that remind you of a situation or situations in the past, or something that's like bringing stuff around you. So this, or to the fore now of what you probably mostly, if it brings it to the floor, it's obviously what you need to take a look at yourself and work on with you, okay? Not always, you know, like I said, it's not always negative, and define negative, because whatever comes up is positive in the sense that you need to work with it, or it's showing you what you can work with for your own personal self-growth, okay? In some way or form. So you may be feeling a little bit, because I'm being drawn to some of the notes that I've written down. The word that I'm saying there is self-discipline, and it's looking at improving your own well-being, your own, but and even others around you. But it's not like you're doing it for them, but it's like It may be that you're the role model, or you're the leader by improving your own well-being. It's like everybody, like there's that saying was, look at yourself first. What are you doing with you? And it's like, yeah, so what am I doing with me? You know, there may be things that you need to look at yourself in certain ways to improve your well-being. And then the ripple effect, or the trickle-on effect, you know, ripple-on effect, whichever way you look at it, emanates out or shows out to other people. And so therefore you are, you know, that role model or that leader, as per se, because you say what you mean, and you mean what you say, and you walk your talk, you walk your walk, and you talk your talk, basically. So in that sort of sense. So there's maybe some of that energy coming up that you may be needing to really do that. Focus on that this week, especially because this is from, you know, 1st of June. So while I'm here, and it's like these reads are kind of not necessarily just because I haven't put an end date on it, because you could be watching this a year from now. That I've made, you know, the year from now that I've made this, the day that I've made this video, and it will make total sense to you, okay? And as I'm saying that, it's just come up 11:11 on the clock. Well, on the timer thing here. Okay, so anyway, I'm drawing a card from the Moonology deck, Oracle deck, which is I can't think of her name, Yasmin Boland, and so there are 3 cards that have fallen out for you, Gemini. So full moon in Aquarius, there's this one, and it's show the world the real you. Look at that. This is what they're talking about. See? That leadership and that role model. It's just reconfirming that, you know, basically walk your walk, talk your talk, you know. Lead, role model, lead the way. And then we have, oh God, they're all full moons. Holy cow. So yeah, full moon in Aquarius. So I don't feel like I need to go anywhere in the book for that. They're pretty self-explanatory. And we've just pretty much covered show the world, or show the real you in the world. Either way you look at that. And here's the other one. This is beautiful. Full moon in Taurus. So your dreams need a practical plan. So sometimes, you know, we can be a little bit all over the place or airy-fairy, and sometimes we can be on the ball and so organized and things like that. So there may be something with some of yous out there that it's like you may have a loose plan, or you may have it in your head, but it's like, but when we get it down on paper and we look at things, it kind of like, when we've written it down, we can fill in more gaps and we see things differently. So what I'm hearing is like getting it out of your head and putting it on paper, so you can see from where you've come from to where you know, from where you've been to where you've come to, you know, that journey in there. It's that sort of thing. But also they're talking about like here where they go. It helps us because with this full moon or this lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, there is you know, it does have a supercharging sort of energy where that feeling with sometimes, you know, when you're feeling we're like the energy is heightened and we feel we're more in our power energy. So there's that sort of energy that comes through. So, and it can be, you know, we can want to run and do things, and that's good. That it gives us that energy to move no matter what sign we are, but it can be also impulsive, and it can be a little bit misguided at times. So it's like just weighing up. I'm seeing somebody waving and feeling a wave, so that's coming up next. So but it's like it's just weighing up and being mindful about and taking some time to observe what is going on around you. And before you jump into action with anything this month, okay, well this week actually. So you may find it's like they're not saying it's not to do it, but to go into some things, maybe like just hold off and because there's a sense of confusion around. So when it's like they're just, you know, being of two minds, which, you know, whereas Geminis can be. So it may be that, you know, that, and I know I can be quite impulsive at times as well. So I've got to, you know, weigh things up. So this month is, you know, I felt that energy is about, okay, maybe I need to just hold off and wait for a few more clues to come up before I take the leap, you know, or I do this and that. And then other times when the energy is right and that with that high charged energy that I'm doing, it is absolutely the right time. But at the moment, they're just saying the energy is like, get that practical plan down, because that will help you. That's what they're talking about. Help you, keep you on track as to whether with that impulsiveness and that fear, where that can be, and the energy that can be a little bit, you know, we can be a little bit gung-ho and want to get going, and that can be a bit misguided at times. So it's just, yeah, just observing and taking note, and before jumping into action or, you know, doing it, okay? That's where that practical plan comes in, because it's like it grounds us, and it brings us to that space where we find more balance, okay? And it makes more sense to us. It's like, yep, okay, I get that. So, whoa. And then we have full moon in Aries, which is interesting. So there's a fiery climax approaches. So there will be something that will, you know, obviously if that's coming, because like this energy is going to be supercharged as well at times, and it's, you know, there's going to be like it can be quite high and intense at times. But yeah, so there is something obviously coming up for you, or for us Geminis, that you may be, because what I'm hearing is you may be in two minds, and that, so there's you've got the bull there, you've got the Aquarius, like we're, you know, connected with the air in there. So there could be, you know, someone, an air sign that's around you, as well as a Taurus and an Aries. Yeah. Either one of those that could be like helping you to see, but I'm just feeling like Aries. There's somebody, Aries, it's like something is like, it's almost like there's somebody, whoever the Aries is something happens where you may get, for some of you, you might get something comes to an end, or comes to a peak where it's gonna, you know, it's either going to be sorted, fixed, and something's going to happen anyway. It's like this come to an end, or gosh, or it comes to gets to a place, actually, because I'm seeing it like at the top of a mountain, so the climax is at the top. So it's like, I don't see that it's fully finished, but it's, for some of you it will come to an end, but some of you it's like at the top, and it's like it's got to this point where something has to be done, basically. It's like the end of the rope, sort of a thing. And it's like, right now, that's the end, that's it. I've got to do something, or something needs to be done. It's not necessarily, it could be, you know, just something, you've got all the clues, you've got all the information. It's like, bam, now I can do it, because it's aligned up for you, okay? Phew. So, and it could be because you're on Monday, because I'm just bringing my attention, because tomorrow, and it's that this whole, that whatever's going on is playing out. So come Friday, it's like that's where the climax could be, or Saturday, that's where the climax could be. So the energy starts to level out a bit after that. So that's all it could be. Everything that you need to know or need to do, or whatever it is sorted. It comes to that climax where you start to go, oh, okay, the epiphany happens, or the healing, truly, you feel it after the processing from Monday on, you know, onwards, and it's like, boom, you get that clarity. Because then we have the Ten of Cups. So something must happen, work around, because the Ten of Cups is about something comes to an end. There's an ending of a process, and with the Ten of Cups, the theme around it is contentment and happy home life. So there's something for some of you that is brewing up, and it's maybe needs to be sorted within the family, but with feelings and emotions that are around you as well, that you're dealing with, So it's like, yeah. Cool. That is so cool. So I feel like there's one more coming out. Oh, yep, there it is. So, okay, so some of yous, while that is like, in the end, this is like the outcome. There's a Nine of Swords. You know, there's something that you deal with, and especially with the emotions and and your feelings and that sort of thing. And also some of those around you. But also there's the Nine of Swords. So, and it's like, you know, it's the Nine of Swords has come up, and I feel like it's just telling you there were some unfounded fears there, just reminding you, and you know how we can, our minds could just go there because we are air signs, you know, and our thoughts can go all over the place. So they're talking about, like, through this time is like trying not to go there, or not going there, basically, with overthinking things, and, you know, making, you know, 2 and 2 equaling 6 or 10 when it's actually 4. You know what I mean? So it's just, so something in that sense, it will come to an end. But you have the 10 of Cups before that telling you, yes, you know, something will come to an end with those feelings and those emotions that are swirling around in you. But it's through these unfounded fears that you've had in there. And it's okay to think about things, but sometimes we can turn it into a fear, and that's what it will manifest into. Something, you know, a nightmare, basically. Okay. Wow. So, yeah, I like that. Happy home life. So I'm just going to draw a card out of here. So Archangel Michael is calling me. Going for the middle cards. Yep, those are his cards. There's messages that have come through. And we'll see what he has to say to add to that. So, yeah, so with this full moon, there's some things are going to come to the fore. You know, the universe, this moon energy is going to bring out some things about you, you know, for you to look at and address. Okay. Okay. I like that. So what he's telling you is, like, to remember that love is the greatest power of all. So look as in see, look at it as love, you know, look at sending love, seeing, you know, with love, knowing with love, you know, being and be love. So look, see, know, and be love yourself, you know, and then emanate that out. And that, you know, and sometimes it can be tricky to go there, but it's like, you know, this is like committing to yourself to go to there, because if you know, rather than, you know, feeling any like aggravation or animosity towards the situation, it's like we're sending that energy, we're feeding it, rather than, you know, trying to heal it or trying to fix it, you know. So it's like, even though I'm hearing like trying is like taking out the word try, and like there's that, because it feels like when we use the word try, it's not putting in as much as an effort, really. We're putting in a bit of effort, but it's not really wanting to, you know. So it's like there's that half-heartedness. So it's like you're doing it. It becomes better when we look at it like, okay, yeah, I feel love, I see love, I know I am love, you know, I am love, and I be love. I see love. And that's when I look at you, I see love. When and I feel love, and and sending out that love energy. So, because it helps us as well, and that, yeah, and it makes us grow, our power grow within us. I just feel like I wanted to get one more. So, okay. So the last card that's come out is holding on too tightly, and that's the Four of Pentacles. So there may be something that you maybe with money for some of yous, and it's maybe not so much just the money, but I'm just feeling it's like because this is, you know, typically the Pentacles is about, you know, money, career, and, you know, financial wealth and sort of thing. It's like, because I'm just feeling like there's that thing of skipping out of that space for some of you, is why they've brought that one up for the last one. So some of you may be having, looking at money, and maybe, because sometimes when we hold on too tightly and we stop ourselves from buying this or doing that, or, you know, just, you know, having a lot, not a big splash out, but a little splash out, even if, you know, funds are a little bit, you know, tight, you know, at that time. But it's like, it's having that a little bit, giving yourself a little bit of freedom to buy something that is a treat, or do something that is a treat, if you understand that one. Okay, so it's like and just relaxing, because if we're too holding on, too restricted and overthinking, because I feel that's where that unfound is there. Some of that is coming up for yous. For some of yous, is that this Four of Pentacles is that. So he's sitting on his chest there, you know, you know, his money chest. He's holding on to that coin and for dear life, and you're not wanting to let it go. But when we don't, when we hold on to it, we're not letting ourselves expand. So it's that whole energetic sort of a thing. So it's like allowing ourselves to be, to treat ourselves every now and then. Self-care, basically, for us. Yeah. And so that in turn helps us to improve our well-being. Okay. Not just energetically, but physically as well. Okay. Whew, cool. Because I'm hearing the word self-discipline with that too. And I feel like that's connected to the impulsive side of things. That, yeah, cool. Okay. Anyway, the energy has gone quiet and still. Yeah, with a lot of vibration in there, so helping you along the way. So anyway, I'm going to leave that with you now for this week. Of the week of the 1st of June. So we'll see you next Monday on the 8th of June. Anyway, have a wonderful, amazing, eventful, exciting, adventurous week. God bless you. And lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, and adventure. Bye for now.